Hello everyone, welcome to New Gen Politics. Supreme Court to decide whether to kick Trump off the ballot. The court distributed John Castro v. Donald Trump to the justices for conference on Wednesday ahead of the upcoming term, which will begin on October 2nd. Conference is to take place on September 26th, and the case is expected to be decided on or before October 9th. Castro, a tax attorney who is also running for president as a Republican against Donald Trump, has decided to file a lawsuit citing the 14th Amendment, saying that Trump is ineligible from running for president and that he is directly harmed by Trump being allowed to run for president because they're running as political opponents. Specifically from the 14th Amendment, he's using subsection 3 that says that any individual who engaged in insurrection or rebellion is disqualified from holding public office. And of course, they're citing January 6th here, trying to make the legal argument that Trump cited an insurrection on January 6th and that he planned this coordinated attack on our democracy. And that argument is just completely ridiculous. We've seen any of those arguments are just ridiculous and none of them have stuck. And even other lawsuits that have been filed with the exact same premise have been rejected because nobody has been personally affected, the people who filed the lawsuits. But that's why this guy, John Castro, literally who is this guy? No one knows who he is. This guy has decided that he is going to increase his chances of becoming the president by removing Trump, his opposition. No conflict of interest there, of course. But he's saying he's personally affected because if Trump's in the race, Trump will win. And he can't let that happen because if Trump wins, then he loses. And so because he's affected by Trump being there, Trump should legally be charged with January 6th, so he should not be allowed to run in the first place. It's like, that is the most ridiculous, silly argument I've ever heard in terms of legal politics. And everyone's seeing through this. And I don't think there's any way the Supreme Court is going to accept that line of logic. They're going to reject it. But it just shows the desperation by everybody to get Trump removed. That both political parties hate Trump so much that they need to go after him with any legal avenue possible. No matter how ridiculous, no matter how small the grain of evidence, nothing is too small to get Trump on. It's all a means to an end. It's all worth it because Trump is so evil in their eyes that he must be removed at all costs. But it also just shows how desperate some of these political candidates, even Republicans, are for power, to the point where they want to betray their party, falsify charges, and convict an innocent man, all in order to gain more power for themselves. Those are the people that we don't want in office. Pretty self-explanatory. But they keep popping up all over the place. Because it's kind of a sad truth of politics is the good people who deserve to be in politics don't want to be bothered. They don't want the power. They want to enjoy their lives. They want to help their communities. They don't want to go through basically hell running a political campaign in order to gain more power. It's not worth it for them. Where the people who do that are power-hungry maniacs who are willing to step over anybody in their way in order to become a public official, to get as much power as possible, to get their name down in history, because, again, at the end of the day, it's all about them. The only value their life holds is what it means to them and what they can get out of it. Not what they can do to help other people. No, that's not important at all. Totally irrelevant. What's important is I have power to do as I see fit and to etch my name into history. But thank goodness there are good people who end up in politics, and some of them happen to be in the Supreme Court, who are going to reject this lawsuit and just say it's ridiculous and throw it out. Just another failed desperation play that's added to the list. And now that you've heard what I think, please let me know what you think down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.